And we are back. Predictions, Week 8 edition. In the last episode, I ended up going 6-7, which brings my season total to 75-31, while also getting the lock of the week, which was the Raiders wrong. So, not the greatest week. Could have been much better, but we just gotta bounce back, I suppose. In case you're curious, I'll do the games I got right since there's less of them. Games I got right was the Jaguars Saints, Browns Colts, Commanders Giants, Cardinals Seahawks, Chargers Chiefs, and Dolphins Eagles. We're going to get right into it now, starting tomorrow, as you can see, October 26th, 8:15 p.m. All games are in Eastern Time. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 3-3 at the Buffalo Bills, who are 4-3. This could be an interesting game because, one, the Bills have been struggling, one of the projected best teams in the league, and the Buccaneers, a team no one was high on, is actually doing really well compared to their expectations, and I would honestly say is a threat in the NFC in terms of, for the playoffs. They're probably going to make it. I wouldn't say they're going to go far in them, but I'd say they make it. I'm going to take the Bills to win. It's the Bills, right? It's the safe pick to pick them. So, because of that, I'm going to do it. Next, we have the Battle of New York. We have the Jets, who are 3-3, and the Giants, who are 2-5. The Jets had a bye week last week, while the Giants ended up winning 14-7 against the Commanders. Granted, the Giants game wasn't very interesting, considering it was 14-7, as you can tell, only 3 touchdowns were scored, and, that was about it. But I do think the Giants are going to win this game, so give me the Giants. Next, we have the October 29th, 1 p.m. games. I may have forgot to mention that. We have the Jaguars, who are 5-2, and the Steelers, who are 4-2. This is a game, in my opinion, that honestly people might not see coming. This is a game where I could see the Steelers winning. Both teams, Jaguars won 31-24, and the Steelers ended up winning 24-17. I think the Jaguars are going to win this game, but do not be surprised if the Steelers pull off the upset. Next, we have the Eagles and the Commanders. The Eagles are 6-1. The Commanders are 3-4. The Eagles ended up winning 31-17 against the Dolphins on Sunday night. Meanwhile, the Commanders ended up losing 14-7 to the Giants. And give me the Eagles. As much as I think the Commanders could upset them, because the Commanders did beat the Eagles last season, I'm going to take the Eagles because it's a safer pick. So I accidentally opened the Rams versus Cowboys, which is going to be our next game. The Rams are 3-4. The Cowboys are 4-2. The Cowboys had a bye week while the Rams lost 24-17. Not really going to talk about this much. I think this could be one of the best games of the week. But give me the Cowboys because I feel like the Cowboys are going to have a hard time stopping the dynamic duo of Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. And meanwhile, I feel like the Rams are going to struggle to stop the Cowboys' high-powered offense with Dak, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks. The list goes on, as you can tell. But I think it's going to come down to how the defense is playing. I think the Cowboys are going to play just a bit better. Next, we have the Vikings and the Packers. The Vikings 3-4. The Packers 2-4. The Vikings ended up winning 22-17 against the 49ers on Monday night. Meanwhile, the Packers ended up losing 19-17 to the Broncos. And we're going to be using the lock of the week. Give me the Green Bay Packers. That's right. I think the Packers are going to win this game. The Packers have really dominated against the Vikings in recent years. I feel like the trend's going to continue. I feel like the Packers are going to win this game. Give me the Packers, and not only give me the Packers, give me them as the lock of the week. Next, we have the Falcons and the Titans. The Falcons are 4-3, Titans are 2-4. The Falcons ended up winning 16-13 against the Buccaneers, and what was a very interesting game. and the Titans had their bye week. I'm going to take the Falcons because Kevin Byard has been traded. Granted, they're getting Terrell Edmonds, so they at least are getting a safety, but that doesn't matter in my opinion because it's a definite downgrade. Give me the Falcons. As much as I hate it, I'm going to take them. Patriots, Dolphins. Patriots 2-5, Dolphins 5-2. Patriots actually won 29-25 against the Bills. Meanwhile, the Dolphins lost 31-17 to the Eagles. Give me the Dolphins. We're not going to talk about this game much either. The Dolphins have dominated the Patriots. No matter who the quarterback has been, I feel like the Dolphins at their lowest and the Patriots at their highest have always split. I think it's going to be no different. Well, maybe even the Dolphins win both. So give me the Dolphins. Next, we have the Saints and the Colts. The Saints are 3-4, and so are the Colts. The Saints ended up losing 31-24 on Thursday night to the Jaguars. Meanwhile, the Colts ended up losing in a shootout, 39-38 to the Browns, which people are obviously complaining about with the refs. I'm going to take the Saints because I just feel like this is going to be the same exact game it was last week. But maybe it goes in a different direction because they try and make the call up to the Colts. Maybe give the Colts the edge this time. I'm going to take the Saints, but don't expect... This is probably a game I would switch around. So check my Twitter, Yoshi_YZ, or X, whatever you prefer to call it. And, well, you'll find out if I switch a pick because I'll just tweet it. If not, that means I didn't change anything. The final 1 o'clock game is the Texans and the Panthers. The Texans 3-3, Panthers 0-6. Both these teams had a bye week. Give me the Texans. The Panthers suck. I'm sorry. But maybe off of this bye week, we see the Texans really take advantage. Or, excuse me, the Panthers. Our one and only 4:05 p.m. game, we have the Browns at the Seahawks. Both of these teams 4-2. Both of these teams picked up the win last week. One of them was 38-39. The other was 20-10. Give me the Seahawks. I feel like the Seahawks have a great chance at winning this game, so I'm going to take the Seahawks. That's legit it. I feel like both these teams actually match up really well against each other, so I feel like this is going to be an amazing game to watch if you're able to. Unfortunately for me, I probably won't because I work, but that's what I signed up for. Next, we have the Bengals and the 49ers starting our one of 3 4:25 games. The Bengals 3-3, the 49ers 5-2. The Bengals had a bye. Meanwhile, the 49ers lost 22-17, making it 2 in a row to the Vikings. I think this is going to be an amazing game. This, in my opinion, has potential to be game of the year, not just week, year. These are two high-power offenses who are going to be going at each other. These are two high-powered defenses who have been playing well as of lately. Give me the 49ers, though, because Joe Burrow is injured, and that is causing me concern. Chiefs, Broncos. Chiefs 6-1, Broncos 2-5. Chiefs won last week, so did the Broncos. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm sorry, Broncos. I just have no faith in you. Ravens, Cardinals. Ravens 5-2. Cardinals 1-6. Ravens dominated last week. Cardinals didn't. Give me the Ravens. I'm sorry, Cardinals. I also have no confidence in you. Getting the bad games out of the way. Sunday Night Football. We have the Bears and the Chargers at 8:20 p.m. Remember, Eastern Time. Bears 2-5. Chargers 2-4. This is going to be a pretty interesting game. Obviously, we know the Bears sound like they're going to be starting Tyson Bagent or Bagent, something like that, again for the second week in a row. And the Chargers have Justin Herbert. So I'm going to take Justin Herbert personally in the Chargers because they have a better roster. And I don't think Tyson Bagent's going to have that great game that he did again. I think this is going to be a Mike White type story where he plays well, everyone has their hopes up, and then he just kind of sucks. And Monday, 8:15 p.m., October 30th, the day before Halloween, we have the Raiders and the Lions. The Raiders 3-4, the Lions 5-2. The Raiders got destroyed by the Bears, and the Lions got destroyed by the Ravens. We're going to take the Lions. Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach. And Dan Gamble more than likely isn't. That Ravens game does give me the slightest bit of doubt, but with how much he's done with this Lions team, I think he's more than capable. Give me the Lions. So to recap, the teams I have winning are the Bills, Giants, Jaguars, Eagles, Cowboys, Packers, Falcons, Dolphins, Saints, Texans, Seahawks, 49ers, Chiefs, Ravens, Chargers, Lions, with the Packers being the lock of the week. I'm 75-31. I went 6-7 last week. My lock is 4-3. There's no teams on a bye this week, which is nice. So we have a full slate of football games. This is also the final week before the trade deadline. If you don't know, trade deadline is, the final when you can make trades. Once that deadline happens, bam, no more trades until next season. So the trade deadline is October 31st, Halloween, I believe at like 4:30 p.m., something like that. So that's why all teams are playing this week, is so teams can kind of figure out where they're at and what pieces they could use to either try and get into competition or try and, strengthen their team. Or, if they're bad, try and get rid of pieces that'll help them, with improving in the future. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, actually, the playoff picture. I almost forgot. So, in the playoff picture, currently the number 1 seeds, they get the bye, ended today, are the Chiefs and Eagles, both sitting at a pretty 6-1. The 2 seeds are the Dolphins and the 49ers, who are both sitting at a pretty 5-2. The 7 seeds are the Bills, who are 4-3. They would play the Dolphins, and the Buccaneers, who are 3-3. They'd play the 49ers. At the 3 seeds are the Ravens and the Lions, who are 5-2, and at the 6 seeds are the Browns and Cowboys, who are 4-2. The Browns, Ravens would play, and the Lions, Cowboys would play. And then the 4 seeds are the Jaguars, who are 5-2, and the Falcons, who are 4-3. Then the 5 seeds are the Steelers and Seahawks, who are both 4-2. The Jaguars and Steelers would play, and the Falcons, Seahawks would play. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. And I'll see you guys next time, where we'll do Browns franchise. Yeah. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.